John Kerry acted like Pontius Pilate. He washed his hands, kicked it to the IAEA, knowing that Congress would not get this information unless someone went out to find it.
Republican Senator Tom Cotton slamming Secretary of State John Kerry on Morning Joe after learning about 2 secret side deals between the IAEA and Iran. But the specifics of the agreement won't be shared with Congress or the American people. One of those side deals concerns inspections of the Parchin military base, where Iran reportedly has conducted explosive testing related to nuclear warhead development. For more on this, we welcome former director of both the NSA and CIA, General Michael Hayden. Also joining us, Fred Fleitz. He's a former CIA analyst and senior vice president for policy and programs at the Center for Security Policy. Welcome to you both. General Hayden, I want to start with you. You know, the Obama administration has been telling us for a long time now, don't make a decision on the deal until you read the deal. Now it looks like that may be a little bit more difficult. Is this cause for concern, these side agreements?
Yeah, Rick, it is. Now, look, these are what are called the modalities worked out between the IAEA and the party to be inspected. Now, I understand why you turn that over to the international body, because they, after all, are the inspectors. But if Congress has a real interest in this, and so although it might be normal practice that that's an arrangement privately made between the inspectors and the inspected, in this case, if Congress is going to judge the deal, they probably have a right to see what the particulars are with regard to the inspection regime. So I think Senator Cotton has a point.
Well, earlier today, Democratic Senator Bob Menendez, he's one of the more Democratic hawks and has been a critic so far of the Iran deal, asked John Kerry about these side deals. Fred, I want you to weigh in, but first let's listen to John Kerry's response and get your reaction right after that.
The IAEA has said that they are satisfied that they will be able to do this in a way that does not compromise their needs and that adequately gets the answers that they need. We've been briefed on it. We're happy to brief you.
My time is up, but if that is true,
I'd like Secretary
if that is true, that would be the equivalent of the fox guarding the chicken coop.
That's, Senator, I'm not confirming how it's happening. I'm simply saying to you that we are confident the IAEA has the ability to be able to get the answers that they need.
Fred, pretty good exchange right there. Can the U.S. trust the IAEA?
Well, I think the U.S. can trust the IAEA, but the issue here is that the law says these agreements have to be turned over. And I have to agree with my friend General Hayden. These are not modalities. This is a record of Iran's pursuit of nuclear weapons past military dimensions and access to the Parchin military facility. These are issues that could not be resolved in the talks. And I agree with Senator Cotton. It appears as if we're trying to sweep these under the rug by handing them to the IAEA in a process that will not be open to scrutiny by the U.S. Congress and the American people. This is against the law, the Corker-Cardin law, and I hope Congress makes the administration provide these documents.
Well, General Hayden, just kind of touching on that a little bit, I think that was Senator Cotton's point as well, that maybe John Kerry knew about these side deals, decided not to stop it, thought it might stop the deal. What are your thoughts as far as what Senator Kerry was doing when they were talking about this deal?
You know, Rick, I can't read into his heart as to why he was ignorant with regard to the content of the deal. So, my sense, look, let me just cut to the bottom line. I think Fred will agree with this. If the IAEA does not come out of this inspection saying Iran was developing a nuclear warhead at least through 2003 and have been lying about it then and now, if they don't come out of this inspection with that conclusion, I can tell you with high confidence they have not been given adequate access to the Iranian scientists or Iranian material.
All right, let's move right now to what FBI Director James Comey talking about ISIS, saying they're a bigger threat than al-Qaeda. Fred, I want to get your opinions on that. Do you think that, again, it is ISIS over al-Qaeda as far as our biggest national threat?
Did Comey just figure this out? I think Director Hayden and I, Newsmax, have known this for 2 years. What's stunning about this is that the Obama administration would make a statement like that after what's happened with ISIS over the last couple of years.
General Hayden, I want to touch base with you, too, on some of those comments, but also, you know, cyber attacks. He went on to say that he thought that this could be the next major battle with ISIS. What are your thoughts about that? Because that would obviously affect millions of Americans.
Well, it would, Rick. And actually, I was in the audience when Director Comey said that at Aspen yesterday evening. We have not seen, to any really measurable degree, destructive cyber attacks coming out of al-Qaeda or out of ISIS. That's really surprising because these guys aren't cyber stupid. They're really masters of the web. And so I take his fear that may be the next round we see coming out of these folks who want to disrupt life here in the United States. But to date, we really have not yet seen it.
All right, we touched on a number of different issues today. I want to thank General Michael Hayden and Fred Fleitz from Washington, D.C. And General Hayden, I know you're at the Institute right now with the Republican governors. Thank you so much for your insights and comments. We appreciate you both joining us today on Newsmax Prime. And Thank you. And if you want to give us some of your thoughts about what we're talking about today, several ways to do it. As always, you can send us an email, newsmaxprime@newsmaxtv.com, on the Facebook or Twitter. Thank you so much for joining us. We're coming right back right here on Newsmax.